Hey everyone, it's Brett Hornby here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna do something a little different for this particular video, but I guess it's a sign that you're an adult when a favorite politician that you're hoping runs for a leader of a particular party actually happens. Well, so I'm going to talk about Pierre Poilievre. Yes, Pierre Poilievre. He is going to be running for the Conservative Party of Canada leadership, and oh boy, I can be more excited. It's like, your team landing that big free agent. As you know, recently the Conservative Party of Canada had their leadership vote review, and they voted out Aaron O'Toole. And I'm going to say, looking back from the election, that we spent $610 million for nothing really changing. I'm going to say Aaron O'Toole definitely started right and went well towards the center, almost became liberal light, where I still obviously always generally vote Conservative, but didn't feel like he was that strong enough leader, and didn't feel like he was enough to oust Justin Trudeau. However, I think Pierre Poilievre, I think he is finally that politician, that leader that this country badly, badly needs. We definitely are more divided than ever before, not only with the policies that the Justin Trudeau and the Liberals have brought in, but just the endless spending and obviously all the inflation and raising taxes you've been hearing about. That really all that only benefits both the elite, but for the rest of us, I mean myself, I've definitely been much, much worse off, especially the last 7 years. But I'm just definitely thrilled that Pierre Poilievre, he is definitely running to be the Conservative Party leader, and the fact that he always is the one that speaks out against Justin Trudeau in the House of Commons and always puts the feet on the fire. I'm looking forward to having this leader, and how he has backed the truckers and seems to have, the right head on the shoulders. And he's definitely focusing on fiscal policies, which I'm going to say is really, really needed for most people, everyone else that isn't in the upper elite. So that's why I am definitely thrilled to see Pierre Poilievre running for the Conservative Party leader. Apparently he almost considered doing it a couple years ago when Andrew Scheer resigned from the Conservative Party. Thing with Andrew Scheer is that, looking back, he was a little more bland, but I felt he was still on the center right. But I think we need someone who's a little more on the right when it comes to fiscal policy, and the fact that Pierre Poilievre has the backing, social media backing, and the fact that he is the front runner, I would say, within the Conservative Party. I mean, other candidates you can throw out there is Peter MacKay, or I think her name is Leslyn Lewis, or Michelle Rempel. And just like Michelle Rempel, Pierre Poilievre actually is born here in Calgary. He went to school here in Calgary at the university, although he represents Carlton in Ontario, which I'm hoping that, with a mix of being from the West and being a strong politician out in Ontario, and has been in 7 consecutive terms as MP. Yeah, he did make a little hiccups here and there if you read his bio from his earlier days, but we were all young and brash and might have did a few things that I regret. But Pierre Poilievre, he's actually only 3 years older than me. He's old as I am, but considering politicians, he is still a spring chicken by comparison. And may I also add, he's a Gemini. So the fact that he's a Gemini, born here in Calgary, and the fact that he is definitely very strong on his values in terms of being fiscally more responsible, and he looks like that leader that, instead of dividing the country, I think could bring it together. Oh boy, I can't be any more excited. I'm going to say definitely, signs that you're an adult when you get excited when a certain politician says he's running for leader. And hopefully it's a short leadership, and the fact that we're still in the minority government hearing the fact that there is starting to be some disdain in the Liberal Party, I'm definitely looking forward to the next election, assuming Pierre Poilievre is the leader of the Conservative Party. I'm looking forward to those debates. Oh boy. I'm just going to say thank you, Pierre Poilievre, for what you've done in Ottawa. Definitely endorse you for throwing your hat in the ring. I understand that you were looked at family reasons a couple years ago why you stepped down, but you know, the fact you have a young family right now might be the motivation that he's like, I got to do this. I have a chance to win. I think he does, and I definitely haven't been as excited with Canadian politics since, you know, Stephen Harper was the Prime Minister and Conservative Party leader, but Justin Trudeau, he's definitely been embarrassing. Definitely, he's not someone that makes you feel proud to be Canadian, but Pierre Poilievre does. But that's my opinion, and of course I respect, you know, all your political views and that, but I definitely don't feel like, especially here in Western Canada, I definitely don't feel like we're better off. I've been getting worse off, and I feel Alberta's a lot worse off, especially with not much representation from the Liberal Party. But I just feel like, you know, Pierre Poilievre, he's that leader that this country has long needed, you know, that can unite us and bring this country back in the right direction. The fact he's a Gemini, he's from Calgary, makes it a bonus. And of course I say, Gemini's rule. So I just say, what do you think of Pierre Poilievre running for the Conservative Party leadership? Yes, I just can't believe, I just can't believe, maybe there's actually hope. Maybe there's actually hope for Canada. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, I'd like to say, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey, Home the Flames Hit and Roughneck Stampeders, I mostly do talk Calgary sports on my YouTube channel, and maybe Pierre Poilievre, being the fact that he's born in from Calgary and went to the University of Calgary, maybe he cheers for these teams as well. Of course, he has to be a little more impartial or cheer for Ottawa being in Ottawa, but that's okay as well. But as I say, I mostly do talk Calgary sports on my YouTube channel, recap games and stories and that. But I also do a variety of non-sports content at a time, like personal vlogs, attempt to comedy, and I also do share experience on the road or sporting event, and even sprinkling some politics, not to try to be too conservative or too controversial and stir the pot too much, but I just felt I had to make a video that Pierre Poilievre, he is finally running to be the Conservative Party leader, and I think he's definitely someone that actually has a chance to not only lead the Conservative Party, but lead him to a victory, and maybe a majority, and oust, you know, Justin Trudeau. And that's just what gets me all excited. And then the last thing that I do on my YouTube channel is log in to go. So if that all sounds like it'd be interesting to watch, to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey, you know, you do just make sure you hit like, subscribe. I also have my other social links down in the description below, and I do have a second channel in Brett Hornby Shorts, where I exclusively put my short form content on there. So I appreciate like, subscribe both here on my main channel as well as my second channel. So I'm definitely going to say I am with Pierre Poilievre. This is kind of like my official endorsement for him as party leader. I definitely hope he gets in as the Conservative Party leader, because I do feel a little more hopeful that there's someone who's actually got some common sense and has the right frame of mind right now to get Canada back on track. We definitely need a change in Ottawa. Definitely not feeling proud to say Justin Trudeau is my Prime Minister, although he barely even knows that we are on the map, especially during Canada 150, I should say. But that's just my opinion. Hopefully, you know, these hopes and dreams actually happen, that he will eventually lead Canada to victory and get this country back on track. So I just want to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.